Hi guys, welcome to Blues Unscripted. Welcome to another video of Blues Unscripted. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. How you guys feeling after that crazy game against Poch'S? We went to their stadium and we did what we had to do. Honestly, were you guys expecting that result? I wasn't. My prediction was I didn't think we were going to get beat. Actually, my prediction was that we were going to at least get something out of that game because why? I know Spurs are not going to sit down and they're not going to sit back and play us because if you watch Chelsea, we struggle with when teams come and play us on a low block. We always struggle when teams come to play. Like there's no space. We don't know how to break teams down. But when we play teams like Arsenal, you saw how we did. We almost won. Spurs, I knew Spurs were going to come at us. You know the way they play. You know they have like they build up with a 2-2-4-2 or something like that. That Ange Postecoglou is playing and is reinventing everything. So reinventing how Spurs plays. I love the way they play. They are very attacking minded, but they will always leave space in the back. I've always noticed that they will leave space in the back, and I was expecting Mykhailo Modric to start because of those spaces they leave in the back. But for some reason, Mauricio Pochettino did not start with Mykhailo Modric. But anyways, this video, what I'm gonna do today, this is my video, this is my review of each and every Chelsea game. I call it four things we learned from the game. So the four things that I learned from Chelsea versus Spurs that ended 1-4. I'm going to break it down for you guys. Now, before we get into it, I want you guys to please go ahead, hit that like button, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. And also go ahead and share this with your family and friends. We have all our social media page right there in the description. Now, let's get into it. So the number one thing I learned in this game, Spurs 1, Chelsea 4. The number one thing I learned is that this Chelsea team is still a work in progress. So we're still learning. We have a lot of work to do. We do. Like the first 15 minutes of this game, actually first 12 or 13 minutes, it could have been 3-0. The way we played, like we got see, everybody knows when you play sports, they're always gonna pass the ball. They like playing from the back. And what they do, their wingers, I mean their left back and right back joins the midfield. So Spurs when they play a 2-2-4-2. That's how they do. So they want you to press them. You're gonna go man on man, but they'll have one person empty, one player empty, and that's who Madison is gonna look for. So Madison will come to the back and get the ball from the defenders and look for that guy, and that guy is just gonna swing the ball to the wings, and then Son runs in, and boom, that's how they score. So they did that to them. We fell to their trap, and that's how they scored that first goal. Although it was a deflection, Levi Colwill, but they still scored. But what Chelsea did today, it's I don't think Mauricio Pochettino told them to get into their heads, but we got into their heads. And we all know Romero is a World Cup winning defender, but he gets all he's always into stuff. Like he gets all riled up easily. And that's what happened. Levi Colwill got into his head, kicked him and all that. So every decision today, the red card, it was pure red card. You saw the way he got the ball, but he put his thoughts on Enzo. So that was bad. But back to my point, Chelsea, this team, like we just couldn't do well that first 10, 13 minutes. Like they were all over us. So we still have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of things to learn. And I believe as we get players back from injury, and Pochettino is able to train them all together, we're gonna be okay. I don't expect Chelsea to be really really good this season, but I'm hoping that at least we'll make top six, but not 10 or 11. No, at least top six. But it's gonna take time. It's still a rebuilding process. They're gonna buy into Pochettino's plans, and the team will look good, very, 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 very good. Remember Simon Jordan of Talksport? He was saying next 2 years, 2 to 3 years, Chelsea is going to be a tough team to beat. And yeah, we're beginning to see the sign, but we have a lot of work to do. This team has a lot of work to do. So that's my number one. Number two, although Jackson scored 3 goals, but I think it may not be the striker that Chelsea needs. It may not be the striker. It was so wasteful today. It was very, very wasteful today. And even when we had, even when they were down with 2 players, Jackson was still finding it hard to score. It wasn't timing his runs like perfectly. It was getting offside. It was just rushing. Like I mean, it's just crazy. Honestly, at a point I was like, this Chelsea team will not be able to break this guy. That was when they were down by 1 player. But when they were down, I was like, yeah, we're going to do it. But crazy thing, what helped us was Ange Postecoglou. So Spurs actually destroyed themselves. But let me just stay on focus. Jackson may not be the striker we need. So if we're going to do something, maybe we need to go um, into the January transfer and try to get good players, maybe a striker, or maybe try that young guy, David Washington, or maybe give Amanda Borgia a lot of opportunity. But Jackson, he's a good player, but he's so low in confidence. But I'm hoping these 3 goals he scored would improve and lift his confidence up. So yeah, that's my number two. Now my number three, Ange Postecoglou. He made a huge mistake. It was a huge mistake by Ange by playing a high defensive line when he's down 2 players. Like he only had 9 men and he decided to play a high line. So just a few minutes ago, they were asking Heung-min Son, the striker, like, why were you guys still playing a high line? Why were you still playing a high line, even though you're down 9 players? And it was like, oh, on the that's something we trained on the training field. That's something we actually worked on the training field. And they asked Ange Postecoglou, like, why were you playing a high line when you had only 9 players? And guess what he said? It was like, hey, we will not change. That's who we heard. That's how I want my people to play, even though we're losing, we'll not change. But it's a wake up call. Now, for all of you that think Spurs, they're gonna, you know, probably win the league. No. Right now, guess what? That defender is down. Madison is down. Udoje is out. Then they have like tough games coming again. I believe Aston Villa, Man City, and stuff. Yeah, we're gonna see the downfall of Spurs from now on. Spurs are gonna struggle because number one, their main players are down, and they have players suspended for maybe 2 games or 3 games. So yeah, they're going down. This is gonna hit them. Army Song was almost crying on the field and everything, but this right here, I believe, I'm telling you right now, Spurs, they're gonna go down. Like they're gonna lose a series of games before they come up. I mean, they're still gonna make top four, but they're going down a little bit. Ange did not. His tactics. I mean, I shouldn't be saying this because I'm a Chelsea fan. Because if everything played into our hands, but I like Ange. I mean, he's really a good coach, but he overthink stuff like. And if you notice, the moment they went, man, their eye line was up to the middle of the field. Like they were up to the middle of the field, like right there. And what Chelsea did was they swung the ball to the wings, and then Cole Palmer just threw a pass over. Raheem will run square. Um, that's how we scored. That's Gallagher ran into space, got the ball squared, and that's it. That's how we scored. Like how you playing that? He overthink himself. He's thinking maybe this is the Scottish League. Nah, this is the Premier League. When they figure you out, they're gonna mess you up. So Spurs, they're in for a hard time. So my number three thing, huge mistake from Hange for playing a high line when it's down 2 players. But that played into our hands, and we did what we have to do. Now my number four things that I learned from this game, Tottenham 1, Chelsea 4, is that kudos to Mauricio Pochettino. You can tell his experience showed in this game. His experience showed, and how it was a brilliant move to take what Levi Colway off the left wing, like take him out or take him off because he was already on a yellow card, and players were getting to him. He was getting into it with a lot of people, and I knew if he had stayed on, the sports players will target him. They will. They'll go ahead and just get into his head. But Porsche was smart enough to pull him off. He has a yellow card, and it was just very, very close to getting a red card. So Porsche pulled him out and replaced him with Cucurella. And now we had that wing threat and everything. So Cucurella came in, did what he had to do. He didn't even have to do much because we were like player on top. We had we had 11 players. They only had 9. So it was a brilliant move by Porsche to pull Levi Colwill. That really, really helped us. If not, we would have lost the player. We would have lost it. So this game, I'm still shocked because I didn't think we were gonna win, and I didn't think we were gonna lose either. I felt like we are gonna at least get a point out of it because Spurs were gonna come at us, but it turns out we got a win, got a W on the road. So next game against Man City on Sunday, it's gonna be a tough one. I'll do a preview on that, and yeah, Man City is, but they're coming to Stamford Bridge, so we might try to get like a draw out of it. But I'll do my preview. Watch out for that video. But what do you guys think about the 4 things I learned from this game? Let me know by commenting below right there, right? And don't forget to like this video. That's how that's it's gonna really support me, and the algorithm is going to show my video out, so it's really, really going to help me out. So go ahead and hit that like button if you watch it, even if it's for 2 minutes. Just go ahead and hit that like button, share with your friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe, follow us on our social media platform, and I'll catch you guys in another video. Let's keep that blue flag flying. Maybe it's the beginning of good things to come. But go Chelsea, go Chelsea.